Wes Anderson. The Life Aquatic, Moonrise Kingdom, Fantastic Mr. Fox. He has a very distinct style. Well, take Wes Anderson and pro wrestling and then remove the ring and put it in a building and you got Choco Pro Wrestling.
Wow!
Single wide camera to capture the entire action like it's black box theater. See, life is certain. Pain. I don't like everything about wrestling. Even amongst Joshi, I don't always love everything I see. So if I don't like something, guess what? I don't watch it. However, there is one promotion that I can always rely on to lift my spirits. Choco Pro Wrestling is the most wholesome wrestling promotion in the world. And lately they've had good Wi-Fi, so it's awesome stuff. Their mic doesn't peak anymore either. It's Choco Cinema! Because of this production, it's quite easy to write them off, but I implore more people to keep an open mind about what wrestling can provide and do for you. Perhaps it's the theater kid in me, but the simplicity of the set. The two windows, the light blue, and the camera dead in the center makes it a simple, but in my opinion, a beautiful shot. The wrestlers are intimately close to the viewer, and the sheer lack of normal wrestling rings, ropes, and other tropes forces a deeper creative imagination and a deep understanding on connecting with a smaller audience. There's something magical and pure about Choco Pro Wrestling, and the Chocoman community is welcoming, informative, and fun. Hang out in a live chat one day. It elevates the experience. Choco Pro was originated in Thailand with Emi Sakura as Goto Move that eventually held shows in Japan. When the pandemic shut the world down, Emi Sakura and host Baliyan Akki live streamed from Ichigaya the first Choco Pro Wrestling live because Emi Sakura wanted a place for people to relax and watch fun and emotional pro wrestling and escape the daily stress of our lives. The message caught on, and they are heavily community supported by Choco Mints, and it's the most loving community I've personally seen. Their wrestlers are molded into the ideals of Emi Sakura, who trained damn near all of them while passing the reins to Mei Suruga to train a generation of her own. Choco Pro is quite literally the past, present, and future. Their current batch is an eccentric mix of ragtag wrestlers I love every single one of them, except Chris, the bastard. This is the Choco Pro cast list, an intro to the players in the tiny world of Choco Pro Wrestling. I will only speak on the core group of castmates and some regulars as well, but it's important to note that Choco Pro thrives on the many, many guest stars that have appeared in this company, like Charles Crowley and his toy monkey, Mizuki, Veni, Momoka Hanazono, Harashima, referee Bryce Remsburg, or Ken Oka, who seems to think he is Mei Suruga, or Mei Saint Michelle, with Saki-sama, or Mei Mei, Mei Suruga's cousin from China. There's a lot of wild Meis out there. You gotta catch them all.
Gotta catch 'em all!
And we're still waiting on you, Starlight Kid. And we're especially waiting on you, Mercedes Monet. That's right. Put your money where your money is and face Emi Sakura in the chocolate square. Oh, you won't, because Mercedes fears Choco Pro.
Mercedes Monet?
I don't know. This might not be true. Whoever did this.
Thank you. Oh, my name is Shin Suzuki. I like my daughter.
Choco Pro Wrestling has two titles. The Super Asia Championship is huge and was infamously held first by Riho for over 600 days before it was vacated. It's the top title of Choco Pro and one where you will get epic, dramatic, and highly emotional main event title matches. There have only been 6 champions thus far. Riho, Minoru Fujita, Baliyan Akki, Hagane Shino, Emi Sakura, and Mei Suruga. But in my opinion, their strongest matches are their tag team matches. Choco Pro tag team matches are, in my opinion, the most thrilling, the most dramatic, entertaining, subversive, and unpredictable tag team wrestling in any promotion. Their tag team championships are called the Asia Dream Tag Team titles. 16 great champions have held these titles. Now, before we truly begin, I must point out Jankin. Every show ends with a rock, paper, scissors, Rochambeau tournament, and it's just good fun. But you'd be surprised how intense they get and just how into it you'll get watching. The winner receives a chocolate square, and they become the main character of the day. Janken is a joy to watch. We all look forward to it. It's the real main event. Now let's start our intro.
Who's ready for story time with
We must of course start with our queen, Emi Sakura. Emi Sakura is one of the most influential women wrestlers in wrestling today. Her contributions are felt everywhere. She damn near trained all the goblins of the wrestling universe. She should need no introduction. Instead, it's important to highlight her role within Choco Pro. Here, she is undoubtedly the queen, but she's the evil queen. She's cruel and evil and just so mean, and she's incredible in this role. She is involved in many overall arcs with some of the wrestlers, including a career-long arc with Mei Suruga and some unfinished business with Miya Yotsuba. Beyond this role, she is also the leader and the wholesome teacher to her students. She is beloved by all and appropriately booed when she's being evil, and is also always in the chat to ask if we enjoyed the show. We always do, Emi. She truly cares about pro wrestling, starting her own training school called the Dorian Project, where sessions are live streamed. Her mantra is that all women should throw a dropkick once in their lives. Some of the Choco Pro wrestlers in this video came directly from the Dorian Project, starting with the youngest wrestler in Choco Pro, Kaho, Hiromi. Kaho is a student of Mei Suruga and is already her size. Aww, this child loves to wrestle and is honestly a prodigy, my friends. Not since Riho have I seen a child pick these things up, but she just needs to learn to cheat. Cheat, girl! She had her debut match against Ryo Mizunami and keeps getting thrown to the wolves so she can grow up into gold. The future is in Choco Pro in the form of a tiny goblin child. Speaking of goblins, we have the goblinest goblin, Mei Suruga, the big apple girl. Mei Suruga is 4'10", but is in my opinion one of the best wrestlers in the world. Everything comes effortless to her, from her moves to her movement, her selling, her expressions, and character work are pristine. The way she involves the crowd, or even just becomes a mean little evil goblin, or being cute on purpose, or teaming with her best bro, Baliyan Akki, or always throwing Rock and Janken after. Mei Suruga is a gift to pro wrestling who understands connecting with a crowd in such a beautiful, simple way. Her entire career-long arc was against Emi Sakura, and it finally came to a close when she defeated Emi for the Super Asia Championship. This huge title that is bigger than her, but it was a glorious moment for Mei Suruga to finally defeat her master. I firmly believe Mei will replace Emi Sakura as a giant influence across the world of wrestling. I see the vision clearly. Apple supremacy. Baliyan Akki, the ace of Choco Pro wrestling. Baliyan Akki has been wrestling for 10 years, starting from his home country of India. He traveled to Japan because that was the only way he could become one. He has worked hard his whole career to be a good wrestler and a good man. He who hosted for the longest time and gave the Western fan base that supports them so much the context and the philosophy behind everything that happens in Choco Pro. Without Akki, Choco Pro may not have as wide an influence with English speakers as it has. Perhaps I'm speaking just for me, but Baliyan Akki is a gift in providing context to not just the words they are saying, as often you will never know a single thing that's happening, but he understands how to give context to their personal struggles. Akki is authentic, honest, passionate, and you can just tell that Akki appreciates every single moment in wrestling. As a wrestler, Akki is creative, utilizing the building to his advantage and really giving a new style to the idea of no-ring wrestling. His finisher is the Namaste Press, and he's quite often the one to bring intensity and bring out the fighting spirit in the other. He is a former Super Asia champion and a former Super Asia Dream Pacific Tag Team champion with his best bro Mei Suruga, where they both utilize circus-like maneuvers, including their epic dolphin press. I find him underrated in all aspects of wrestling. As for his janking game, Akki. Personally, I love Baliyan Akki, and I think he's a beautiful human soul.
Baliyan Akki is the one who will take Indian pro wrestling to the world.
Kaori Yoneyama. You might know Kaori Yoneyama in roles such as Death Yamasan, Gokujin Des, or Fukujin Des, but Kaori Yoneyama's best role is that of Kaori Yoneyama. She is a living legend in Joshi, people. Her feud with Emi Sakura is why storyline-wise she's even in Choco Pro, as she lost the match to Emi Sakura with the condition being she joined the then called Gato move. Even what would be considered her later years portraying a smoking clown. Yoneyama is still a beast. Last year alone, she wrestled 177 matches and she was out of action for 2 months because of injury. The year prior was almost 200 matches. She's been on this grind of over 100 matches a year since 2013. As of this writing, this year she's wrestled 19 matches. The real tribal chief. Acknowledge her. Now, I love the Best Bros, but my favorite tag team is CDK, the Calamari Drunken Kings. Masa Takanashi is one of the most underrated technical wrestlers in the world. He is a technical master. He is this final boss in the Young Master. He knows exactly what he is doing. He is a gangster. He looks cool as heck. I've never seen him without a title. He's also the longest reigning Iron Man heavy metalweight champion. He's also always drinking and his comedic timing is on point. Plus, I need to research this, but I'm certain Masa Takanashi has won the most Janken tournaments, and he's usually always in the second round, and he never makes a big deal out of it. Masa has been there since the very beginning, helping Emi Sakura shape Gato move. He works immaculately with both his original partner Emi as Hyakken Thunders, and with his tag team partner, Chris Brooks. Chris Brooks is a tall British bastard. This Gumby bloke here, Skeletor Man, Slender Man with the emo haircut, Choco Mitts call him Chrissy B, Brooksy, or just a giraffe. And he's quite simply a bastard, a tall bully who works incredibly well with the Joshi while making it seem like he's murdering them. His match with Lulu Pencil is amongst the best stories in Choco Pro. Chris Brooks is one of my favorite wrestlers, and in my opinion, one of the best in the world, one of the most consistent and creative beyond this creative mind. He loves 9 Inch Nails, and it's the fact that I keep forgetting to say this out loud in a video because I grew up with 9 Inch Nails! Chris Brooks brings me closer to God. While Emi Sakura, Baliyan Akki, and Mei Suruga are seen as the core trio of Choco Pro, Chris Brooks' contributions to the early pandemic days are heroic and necessary to add. He brought the much-needed villainy in this room of wholesome wrestling, and with Masa Takanashi at his side, they became the wrestling equivalent of math rock, a truly spectacular to watch, high-action, high-subversive tag team. Oh wait. Oh, hold your ears. Here comes Chie Koshikawa going. Perhaps my favorite comfort wrestler, Chie Koshikawa. I love Chie Koshikawa. She is such a joy and blessing. Her heart is the biggest in wrestling. They call her too much energy because she doesn't ever stop moving. She's constantly moving. Stop it, Chie. She's got a couple screws loose in her head, you know. The thing about Chie Koshikawa is that I hold her amongst the highest class of wrestlers who emote the most with their face. The best actors amongst Joshi. She gives absolutely everything in her matches. And even in Janken, she's there acting like it's WrestleMania with how intense she gets. She is the ace of Janken, in my opinion. Someone who will make you care about rock, paper, scissors, for Christ's sake. Delivering a long monologue and then a passion. This isn't a knock on the production, but I firmly believe if you put Chie Koshikawa in the ring with Wrestle Universe cameras capturing her faces and put her in a highly competitive match where she loses afterwards, you will all see exactly what I see in the storytelling, emoting, acting abilities of Chie Koshikawa. Because Choco Pro isn't always about the results in the end, but rather watching them grow into stronger wrestlers, and then that cathartic moment will be released into something beautiful. Chie Koshikawa is the heart of Choco Pro wrestling, and her heartbeat is strong and wired. Sayaka Obihiro's day job is that of a chef. Thus, she is Chef Obi, using knife-edge chops and Obi magic to capture some pinfalls. Obi-san is a wrestling veteran at 14 years, starting in 2010 in Ice Ribbon, which is ultimately how she ended up in Gotta Move Pro since damn near the beginning. She is a former Asia Dream Tag Team Champion in 2016 and 2024 recently with Chie Koshikawa as Popcorn Carnival. Obi-san is always fun to watch in there. Great performer who can wrestle dramatically or comedically and is secretly a beast master, as she is the resident team member of many of the monsters that have appeared in Choco Pro over the years. Plus again, she cooks. Speaking of Sayakas, here's Sayaka. Smiling, violent Sayaka, the world's cutest serial killer, armed with vicious forearms because yes, she has the softest voice in Joshi, and you can't help but find her to be ultra cute because she is ultra cute. Look at her fashion, oh my god, she's too much. But you cannot let cuteness fool you people, because this is evil incarnate. This is a violent sociopath who will rip you to shreds. The queen of Bakagaijin. The queen of all bakas. Sayaka. The lucky Clover of Ichigaya, Miya Yotsuba, is someone who is always improving every single time I see her perform. She is armed with a powerful hammer shot called the Miya Hammer and is on a mission to one day defeat Emi Sakura, her debut opponent, in a singles match. Miya's improvement and her effort are superb. Despite only working for Choco Pro, she is getting good quickly, and I would love to see her wrestle in other places for more experience. Her career arc was simply trying to find a win, and it worked with the Choco Mints. They wanted her to win. Even now, her only singles victory has been against Chie Koshikawa. She's absolutely the underdog and has proven to be reliable in big matches, having already been given big slots against Saki, Veni, or Mizuki, and then teaming with Mizuki in the ring. I think she is destined for much more, like former Choco Pro graduate Yuna Mizumori in Stardom. The sky is the limit for her, as well as her sister. Nonoka Seto wears yellow, so her color scheme with the blue in the background just pleases me. Plus, I love the hair. I think it's so cool on her. Nonoka is from the Dorejo project and debuted late 2023. She has less than 70 matches and has only wrestled for Choco Pro, but she has shown lots of heart and determination, utilizing a cravat as her signature technique. Much like her sister, her story would be finding her first victories that are not team-reliant. Choco Pro likes to play out these type of stories for a very long time. But again, the joy of Choco Pro isn't always with the results like it is with everything else, but rather the time spent watching these performers grow into stronger fighters. Antonio Honda. The smartest, funniest man in wrestling is Antonio Honda. I find Honda to be a comedic genius who always makes me laugh and never fails to bring surreal, bizarre energy to everything he touches. I've never understood one single word that Antonio Honda has ever said, yet his comedic timing and acting is so good. I always laugh. Hell, even he can't help but laugh at himself. He's been doing the exact same bit for the entirety of his career, with his iron knee always shattering, so he must give up. But before he gives up, he either sings a song, or he calls for a timeout, or he tries to reach a fortune because he's very good.
Married to gigantic octopus.
Or he tells the story of Gorn the Fox. Either way, Antonio Honda is pure novelty in wrestling and a vital part of what makes Choco Pro so chaotic and fun. He's either all-American, or he's regular Honda, or he's Black Kominisi Honda, teaming with his tag team partner, Tokiko Kirihara, aka Otoki, a former dancer at 50 years old and only started in Gotham Move in 2019. She's a clear example of Emi Sakura's vision. She looks great out there too, both serious and plays off well with her overly ridiculous partner in Antonio Honda. But their act finally scored the big win for the Asia Dream Pacific Tag Team titles, marking Otoki's first title win in her career. She's someone who dived into wrestling when everyone else would deem themselves too old for any dreams they had. Never mind just wrestling. 45 doesn't mean you can't start something new. Tokiko Kirihara is proof. And speaking of someone in their 40s giving wrestling a major go, Eri Kanai started in the Doreho project in her 40s as well, and only recently got her start in Choco Pro. She's already developed a personality unique to just her, because it is her. Who does a unique shot put attack and a football tackle. Another inspirational reminder that you are never too old to chase after a dream. The newest rookie of Choco Pro is the 25-year-old Hiyori Yarada. She loves blue, has a great smile, and a great hat. I love her hat. I love her hat. I love her hat. Hiyori is still finding herself as a wrestler. She has ways to go to develop a character, but with a hat like that, I mean, I'm already on your side. Saki. The Saki who doesn't need a last name because she's just Saki. And she is the consistent, professional, quintessential freelancer in Joshi who has also never wanted to not have a title. Saki is a bright spirit who wrestles with intense dramatic action but also pure fun and comedic spirit. At any time, Saki can be a legit challenger who quite honestly cut some of the best threats to Mei Suruga by simply peeling and eating and drinking apples. She didn't say a single word but promoted this feud better than MJF. Shino Hagane is an actor and theater performer who works with Hikaru Shida in her theater trope production of Makai. He also wrestles primarily for Choco Pro or Yoneyama's productions, and when he does, he's always someone who brings a legitimacy to what's happening. He's a stellar athlete, and he has that modern DDT style that I personally love. He's the person who defeated Baliyan Akki's long reign as Super Asia champion and used to team with Chie Koshikawa as Egg Tart. He's responsible for one of the most wholesome moments in wrestling history and one of my favorite moments ever when he won Janken in the Chocolate Square, defeating Mei Suruga, whose team of best bros just defeated Egg Tart. It made Chie Koshikawa explode in happiness and it just filled me with joy that I wanted to tear up with her. And then to top it off, Hagane gave his chocolate to Chie. It was the sweetest moment in wrestling. Shin Suzuki is a veteran since 2012. His signature technique involves perfect headstands. He recently returned from injury and is hyped in his matches to do what he loves, and it's clear he loves pro wrestling and his daughter.
My name is Shin Suzuki. I like my daughter.
Chon is quite underrated as well. He immediately fits the vibe of villains in 90s action films, and I don't mean that in a stereotypical way, but the man speaks like,
Choco Pro 4周年 and
then he goes,
So what?
Chon's awesome. He's a delight to watch. He treats his matches like Hong Kong action scenes, and that's just exactly what wrestling needs more of. A true professional.
So what?
Minoru Fujita is the former Super Asia champion that Baliyan Akki had to defeat in order to prove himself worthy as a wrestler. He's been wrestling since 1997. He may be easy to write off as an older veteran in a Mankind mask, but Fujita is solely responsible for some incredibly strong moments, as well as two of the longest matches in Choco Pro history. The first against Mei Suruga that went 50 plus minutes to prove how worthy Mei Suruga is to become a champion. There was a moment where Fujita tombstone power drove the hell out of Mei Suruga, making Akki leave his role as ref to check on her. And then this moment where Mei Suruga had to find the fighting spirit in her to rise to the fight. It was a beautiful moment and one of the reasons why Choco Pro excels in the performance part of the performance art. There was a beautiful moment where Akki was clearly counting slow and was doing everything to cheer on Mei, and Mei rose to the occasion, giving everything she had to take on Fujita. In the end, Fujita had Mei in submission, and she was so close to making it to the edge of the mat for the break, but passed out, allowing Fujita to pin her. It was beautiful. And again, for a 60-minute draw against Shino Hagane that had this cinematic moment like this. And then he'll wet himself and deliver a watery action movie dive like a star. It was sexy. To be able to deliver 60 minutes in this environment is a testament to how good Vegeta is. He knows how to tell a competent, compelling story. Highest praise. Because that's the thing about Choco Pro. Wholesome? Yes. Chaotic? Yes. Cute? Heck yes. But it's also thrilling, engaging, with high storytelling being told.
Perfectly fine.
Choco Pro Wrestling has the ability to be beautiful, tragic, and purely cathartic. The limitations of no ring only enhances those with the creative abilities to do so, and enhance those with the gift of physical performance art. Past, present, and future. Emi Sakura has formed a troupe of wrestlers who have all the skills to wrestle anywhere. They are a special gift to the world of wrestling, and when I tell you that they touch my palpitating heart and re-energize it again, I truly mean it. They are my favorite promotion in the world, and I will forever support Choco Pro Wrestling. See it. Believe it. We are Choco Pro. And sometimes they face a fake Emi Sakura. Thank you to all my Patreon sponsors. This is actually the second take. I accidentally deleted the voiceover and I had to do it all again like days later. Wow. Anyways, the Patreon sponsor idea was inspired by Choco Pro Wrestling and their sponsor system. I owe a lot to Choco Pro, the wholesomeness, and the community. A lot of you are in here as there is Jeff, Teej, Renee Valdez, Ace Trace, Matt, Justin Stein, Matthew Pilachushka, Terrence Danmore, Kevin Mullen, MK, Ray Kanashige, Juggernaut Graphics, Aaron Securus, I1, Victims, J.O.L.A., Julia Sunglasses, Paul Darn, Pickle Simon, Scott Racer, Covertari, _D, Lil Choo Tony Davis, Dargo Snake, Otto, Luciano Redo, Mindfully, Ace, Rock, Cuz, 99, Geek and Noah's Dad, Jaina Bullock, and Joe Pro. Thank you all so much. Oh, my voice is coming out. I'm losing my voice right now. Thank you all so much.